trying to listen that yes, life has become more peaceful and calm. And you see, it is all because of the default mind. It's gone.
It's not gone completely. I sometimes I catch myself for some reaction, but it's not aggressive reaction. It's just maybe some disappointing or maybe some stretching or
Yeah, before it disturbs you internally, you catch it, dissolve. It is not being repeated. That is what is the cognitive understanding. That is
but
what, yeah.
as I understand this line of awareness from the morning till evening have to be continuous, no interruption.
Yes, yes,
I cannot say that I reach it.
yes. We have no problem. The default mind is not causing any impulsive nature. And even if I'm not aware, it's okay. But yeah, you see, it doesn't mean that default mind is always crazy, reactive, anxious. No, default mind is in the background, and it's you wake up in the morning and still the default mind is there. Impulsive nature is hiding behind. But now it's okay. You need not to react because you don't have a trigger. So in the beginning, that is okay. Gradually, when we have a cognitive understanding, means that we apply the discerning intellect again and again, and then that cognitive understanding brings the cognitive change. And the change, what is that change? Change in our attitude, change in our behavior, change in our conduct. That exactly what you are saying. We are trying to understand that what happens when we pick up, when we are in a discerning intellect. And then I see, oh, there is no need to react, there is no need to get upset, there is no need for anxiety. It is the intellect, so which says there is no need, no requirement. So, where that anxiety is gone? It is not there. It is in delusion. That is why it is gone. That is why it is gone. If it is there, you are full of anger, and suddenly the next moment you change, it means anger should be anywhere. It is a part of delusion. Its impressions are stored in the mind, and these impressions rebound and remind you, and then you enter into that state. Just see that. This is what is happening. So that attitude, behavior, and conduct. We are going on in a very simple principles, but very deeper to understand. So what happens, when we have change in attitude, behavior, and conduct, our thought, speech, and action also changes. We had almost 50 minutes of meditation in a group session just before your session. So I was observing only one thing. Whatever experience they share is secondary. But I was observing that whether their speech has become softer, gentler, because just you came out of the meditation. So attitude has changed, behavior has changed. You become very soft and gentle. So everyone, share their experiences with a soft and gentle speech. So it means there is a change inside. There is a change inside. So what happens? That changes your thought, speech, and action. And when you change your thought, speech, and action, your personal, professional, and social and family life also changes, because now that your expression, your action, your speech is coming from a different center than the default mind. When it comes from the default mind, you take your partner for granted. No, no, he or she is crazy and he or she has to speak like this. So your mind reminds you of those past impressions, and that is the reason. That is another major reason we are doing this Mangala Charan. Just see in another way, close your eyes, place, position and posture. So again, place, position and posture. So the place where you are sitting, and also the place of the body, and the position and the posture of the body, and the position of the place also. Sometimes the place is not good and it disturbs. It is because of the default mind, so we adjust everything, we get rid of it. So this grounds attention in the present moment. So can we say that place, position and posture is nothing but it is you self-awareness, you notice consciously there is a presence, and when there is a presence, so what happens? You notice your body, where you are, how do you sit, and you notice any lightness or restlessness, and that is just past tendencies showing up. You stay there. So you also see that there is no resistance at all. So that resistance is prarabdha. That resistance, it may be a prarabdha, it may be a past impression, it may be, it may be default mind, it may be intellect, it may be ego, or there are a lot of reasons behind that resistance. So that is why your mind is not able to understand clearly, and that causes lot of challenges over. So recheck, place, position, posture, place, position, posture. And in a simple way, I say you simply notice. It may be a presence, P of poise. It is just a self-awareness. So we are always self-aware in one way or the other way. We are always self-aware. But yes, either through the default mind or through the discerning intellect, we have to shift or change. Shift the presence. How? By knowledge. I told you again, I'm using the word cognitive understanding. There is nothing to be done in settling your place, position and posture of the body. It demands a cognitive understanding. You can find any place on the chair, ground floor, bed, car, anywhere. That needs to be understood. So what happens? The cognitive understanding, or I would say here the presence, prevents what it prevents. That prevents what disturbs the mind, one way I can say, or that can take us to the default mind. So what are they? So inside we may have prarabdha. I gave you only one reason. Before that, it may be mind, it may be intellect. No, but how can intellect? No, it may be due to the intellect when the default mind dictates the intellect. It gives a wrong reason. Did you understand? Then the ego, then the memories. No, I did not find any change in this practice. So memory also. Memory. There are many other factors. We are just talking about how many prarabdha, mind, intellect, ego, memory. Maybe the five factors we are talking. There are others also. Okay, so you are maintaining your awareness, you are maintaining a cognitive understanding. So that leads you to a perfect place, position, and posture, my friend. Being comfortable. Again, use the same discerning mind and not discerning intellect, not the discerning mind. Do I experience the comfort? You see, no, discerning intellect says, simple, do I experience comfort where? Comfort in the body, and also maybe the comfort in the mind if you want to say. You can use both. So again, what you do, you notice, but this notice is deeper, at a subtler level. At a subtler level. So that subtler level, I used to explain, you already know it, I used to explain. I'm explaining each and every aspect of you so that your mathematical logical mind gets a conviction. So that subtler level I used to explain by, do you remember? Change the direction of the mind in being comfortable. So now, have an understanding change of direction means what? The mind is, or I would say the default mind, by default, is always open to the world outside. The world of people, things, and now we are reflecting. World of people, relations, and our attachment, including our attachments, yes, our attachment to objects and people, our detachment to objects and people, and they continue to move. They continue to move the mind. I believe you are getting it. By default mind, it can pick up any thought. Yesterday my partner. Day before yesterday I had loss. It can pick up any. Okay. So you mean to say that change of direction means leaving and maybe going far away from the word that causes default mind. Result? A result is sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Result in experience is sensation, comfort, and steadiness. How come? Because any discomfort has to be related to the world outside, and you are changing the direction of the mind. Problem may be there. The problem problem in the world outside is still there. But mind changes the direction. When it changes the direction, it is away from it. What happens? It becomes the default intellect. You have to listen to this again and again. Within a fraction of a second, you have changed the very state of the mind from discerning default mind to discerning intellect. Why? Because you have started observing. This is outside and I'm looking inside. Default mind, scatter, distraction. Discerning mind, observing, turning within. You see that now you will understand that how I create these practices. So what happens? Oh, this mind has become an observer. Oh. So observer separates. So it's a beginning. It's a beginning. And it becomes confirmed in being carefree. It's a beginning in being comfortable, and it is confirmed. So let go of the pressure. Why let go of the pressure? Pressure is not there. When I say let go of the pressure of, for example, of anxiety, so it means in Eastern wisdom differently than in psychology, than in modern psychology. No problem. You can even discuss this issue with your partner, with your honey. She is studying modern psychology. So, what let go of the pressure of anxiety means in Eastern wisdom? What? It is not there. You created it out of delusion. We say this. Let what modern psychology say what it wants to say. Our tradition is, our wisdom is almost 10,000 years old. We have 3,000 texts and we understand this clearly. Or you just, you are practicing it so you understand it. So we practice it being carefree, and we experience, we know, we feel. What we feel? When we find I am in anxiety is a thought, and I am not a thought. So it means I am aware, I am not a thought. I am aware means what? Discerning intellect says I'm not a thought. Any thought, for that matter, any thought, whether you say good, bad, high, low, reaction, anxiety, anger, I'm not a thought. That is the meaning of, let go of pressure. So we recognize the delusion. The moment you recognize, it is gone. The moment you recognize, it is gone, or I would say it becomes less effective, less reactive, and then you are carefree. So being carefree is basically I would say the two steps, presence and observer. Okay. And now in that state, we introduce Mangalacharan mantra. Why? Why? We recognized a thought of anxiety or anger causes me to feel I am in anxiety or anger. If that is true, then if I use the Mangalacharan mantra, then let the thought be associated with the meaning and reflection of the mantra. I believe you are. So that is why our master says, keep on repeating the mantra at all time, in all locations, with everyone, mentally, gently. We got the answer. So loud Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu, you may say it maybe 3 times. Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. Whether you say it mentally or loudly doesn't make any difference. So you say it, you say it mentally, or you say it loudly. So, and then you go to the meaning. Chanting 3 times. Then meaning 3 times. Meaning 3 times means may there be happiness for all. May there be happiness for all. And reflection. Reflection means the thought, or I can say thinking logically to have cognitive understanding. So every time you will find that there is a different way to understand. Oh, the happiness is the essential nature. It is not incidental. Incidental means temporary. Why it is essential? Because in all circumstances, I am seeking happiness. With everyone, there is no time where I refuse to seek happiness. How simple it is. Happiness is essential nature, and incidental is temporary. It is not incidental nature, is temporary. Because I am seeking happiness all the time, in all the locations, with everyone, in all situations, means what? It is my essential nature. It is essential nature. Now look at the anxiety. We just talked about it. There is a thought. What is the thought? I am in anxiety. I immediately get attached to it. And then I say I have anxiety. Very good. Then I say I have anxiety. Can you or discerning intellect say, just before I did not have this thought? I did not have a thought of anxiety. Right? You cannot say wrong. Just a second ago. So if I did not have a thought of anxiety, right, and now I have, it means what? It is incidental nature. It is incidental, is temporary. Temporary means changing, and changing means what? It is caused by default mind. Tell me, where is the problem? So you have to listen to it and then you have to reason by yourself. This is one reason. Our master gives more than 50 reasons. Second line, Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. May there be peace for all. May there be peace for all. May there be peace for all. Reflection, you can pick up the same reasoning for reflection. Why reasoning? We want a cognitive understanding. Why we want a cognitive understanding? So that it becomes a non-practice. Oh? Oh, you are taking us there. Yes. We want a cognitive understanding. Why? Why? So that our practice becomes a non-practice. What do you mean by non-practice? I'm aware all the time. Cognitive understanding, I know I'm a man. By default, I know. It is the discerning intellect. Oh, the non-practice means cognitive understanding. It also means I am centered in meditation. I am centered in meditation means what? Now I need not to practice because I am already there. So I am making it, I am already there. I observed some thought in the beginning which you shared, and I am resolving that issue. Okay, you picked up? Yes, I picked up. You will also pick up by yourself. Oh, so peace is essential nature. Now go by the same logic to increase the cognitive understanding. Peace is essential nature. Huh? So go by the same logic. Peace is essential nature. Okay. Peace is my essential nature. When, where, how, when I want all the time. Where? I want in all the locations, in all the relations, with all the objects. Why? Because it is my essential nature, it is not temporary nature. No, I had a lot of stress yesterday, and now you can use that. That is not our essential nature. Not our essential nature. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. May there be wholeness in all. May there be completeness in all. You can say gently, mentally, softly. May there be wholeness. What I'm searching in the world. so that I feel complete in myself, with $1 billion, with a big mansion, with couple of relations, etc., 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 long list. But nothing in the world can make me feel and experience the sense of wholeness and completeness. I was reading yesterday, Elon Musk he is the first guy who had $500 billion as an individual. We need to ask him, is he really happy? So the simple reason that nothing in the world has a property of happiness. I have to repeat it millions of times, or until the discerning intellect leads us to a cognitive understanding. I have to repeat 1,000,000 times what in my mind or intellect I would say what. That nothing in the world outside has property of peace, happiness, wholeness, even if my master used to say, even if the God appears outside you, it cannot offer permanent peace to you. What? Yes, even if you meet God outside you. Why? Our essential nature is peace, happiness, love, truth, wisdom, and wholeness. That is why, I'm just making it clear, that is why we understand what we understand. We understand default mind, animal mind, discerning intellect, separate, incidental from intrinsic, or you can say essential. That is why we are separating, otherwise there is no reason to separate. So once we understand it clearly, once we have a cognitive understanding, you need not to repeat even any mantra. We need not to repeat our so-called practice. But until then, so what prevents? Sometime, I told you many obstacles, but here the ego, I've understood it, everything is done. No, I have to repeat it. Consistently, I have to insist it. We have already understood that part. So now we can say that once if I say, one more mantra, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. May there be auspiciousness for all. May there be auspiciousness for all, including me. May there be auspiciousness for all. May there be auspicious. So now reflection part. We want to be into the state of auspiciousness all the time. And that auspiciousness is existence. I exist because of the existence. Means what? There is always an auspiciousness. Who disturbs the default mind? We have understood that. And I already gave you an explanation that we are using the mantra and reflecting with a thought process. Why? So simple. My mind says I'm in stress, so I feel the stress. Let it be. When I say I'm in peace, let I be in peace. But this process takes a time. We have not done it. Before we feel, when I say I'm in peace, it is a dream. When I say I'm into anxiety and anger, that is real. But the fact is different. So once we are absorbed into this reflection, we find the space. What is that? Once we have done these steps, what do we find? We find a kind of a space, a separation. Separation between what? Between what comes from the fault mind and inner space. That is the reason I told you we find some space between. And the moment you find the space, just drop gently with full awareness. Om Shanti. What I'm saying here. So even if the thoughts are there and you are fully aware it is incidental, so you need not to worry about it. You watch the inner space, you gently drop Om Shanti, you wait, allow the peace to expand. Or even if I have negative thoughts, yes. Why? Because you already know they are the thoughts, that is not you. So even if negative thoughts are there, you don't say you are disturbed. Why? They are thoughts. They are thoughts, they are not you. I believe you have understood. I believe you understand. You understand. What is this understanding? This is what I say. Cognitive understanding, to bring a cognitive change. What is that change? ABC, attitude, behavior, and conduct at that moment in life. So it means, I have totally a changed attitude. Yes, it is possible. And then it leads to the right, proper thought, speech, and action. Thought, speech, and action. What do we use in society, in the world outside, in profession? Same. So it means your personal, professional, social life also changes. Come back to the same. So now you find the space is always there. So when you have cognitive, when we have understanding, when we have the understanding, the space is always there. I'm answering, your space is always there. The space is self-awareness, and self-awareness is the space. It is always there. Okay, and then then the default discerning intellect says mantra Om Shanti. It waits, it perceives this space. So you can check the progress yourself. What it means, you can check the progress. What is it? How long you are able to maintain that, sustain that awareness. Om Shanti. Even the default mind jumps in and you drop Om Shanti, default mind is gone. It is so easy, yes. It is a play and a fun. What I'm saying, you check the progress by extending the practice at any time. At any time, anywhere. In any relations. Mentally, it is a mental awareness coming from discerning intellect. Om Shanti. So you experience, so you check, oh, I can extend it for a sufficient period of the time. You can extend it. Why? How? Because default mind is not dictating, or discerning intellect is available. Discerning intellect is available to you. So you can say, we are understanding, reflecting. You may say it is a practice, and still we say it is not practice. That is why our masters used to say mindfulness or meditation. Basically, it is not a practice. It is basically a cognitive understanding. When we say extraordinary aware, that awareness is always available to us. Is it not? I'm aware means yes, I'm aware. What is extraordinary awareness? That the default mind is not disturbing me. Default mind is not make me run. Extraordinary awareness simply means my default mind is not, either you can say dictating me, or puts me into delusion. Oh, that is the simple way. Can you extend this inner awareness for a few minutes, for an hour, into work, relationship, or family life? Oh, awareness is not polluted, dictated, disturbed by anything. That is extraordinary awareness. Extraordinary awareness means that awareness means a recognition. It means a recognition that awareness cannot be disturbed. Awareness cannot be disturbed by any thought, event, situation of incidental nature occurring outside. We have done a very, very advanced step even with the simple things. That is the beauty of this. Just live there, live there. You see the space and Shanti. You see the floor, the shining floor is covered by the dirt and the dust, and still you are aware of the shining floor. You are aware of the default mind is hiding the shiny real self. That will continue for some time, depending on your level of seeking. If you are an intense seeker, it will last only for a few weeks. So you see that because you are aware of the shining floor before, you are aware of the shining floor behind the dirt and the dust. So you don't get disturbed, you don't feel or get disturbed because you know, because you are aware, or you know. What did you mean by knowing? Again, you will say cognitive understanding, see you, yes. See you. You are already mind in cognitive understanding. Cognitive understanding is the discerning intellect. Oh, so default mind may invite thoughts, feeling from the past, maybe reaction, but they do not last. They do not create any pressure or anxiety or duality or conflict. Again, you can ask why. You are fully mode of discerning intellect takes care of it. What care? Discerning intellect recognizes it is delusion, it is incidental, it is temporary, whereas the shining floor is permanent. Dirt and the dust can be removed. Om Shanti, Om Shanti. Or you can say in any way you like. It has nothing to do with your tone and say, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. Or you don't say it and still you are aware of it. Are you not aware that you are man, even whether you express it in the thought or not, you are aware of it? Shining floor, the dirt and the dust may be there, but you are aware of the real self. This is what I'm saying. So you see, there are many other factors that needs to be understood as we continue the journey, but and you will find that you get absorbed in the whenever you do the practice with cognitive understanding, you will find you are totally absorbed. Sometime for hours together. That means the default mind can change. And if it can change, why to worry at any time in your life? Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms. Place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down.